Hey friends, welcome back to this YouTube channel. My name is Lois Musungu, and today we are going to talk about what you should do once you get paid. It is common that majority of the people, once they get paid, they don't even know where the money goes. You get paid within 3 days, your account is zero, and then you start wondering, where did my money go? So this video is here to solve that problem. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to know how much you spend on essential things against your income. And the best way to know this is by tracking down your expenses. Every time you buy something, put it down. And do this for like 3 months. This will give you a clear picture of how much you spend against your income. So if the number is greater than what you are earning, then it means you need to readjust that spending. And if it is below your income, then you are in the right path. Then you just need to know where your money goes, and tracking your expenses will help you to know where your money goes and how much you spend. The second thing that you need to do when you get paid is save money in your emergency fund. So when you track down your expenses, the goal is to make sure that your expenses take 60% or less of your income. So from the 40% that is remaining, you take 20% and save it in your emergency fund. The importance of having an emergency fund is to cushion you in the event of emergency. It could be health, it could be loss of job, or it could be you want to relocate, and the best way to do that is by having money. So this emergency fund helps you to cushion, or rather it cushions you from these emergencies without having you to take loans. The third thing that you need to do when you get paid is stop spending your future money. So how do you spend your future money? Spending your future money is taking loans and debts, and let me just say unnecessary loans and debts. For example, in our country, there is something called lipa mdogo mdogo, and in other countries, you can call it like buying a phone on credit. So I'm just going to do an explanation on, or a simple calculation on how lipa mdogo mdogo works. So for example, if you want to buy a Samsung A25, you'll need to pay around 1,593 per week for 52 weeks with an initial deposit of 11,500. This means by the end of 52 weeks, you will have paid 82,836 plus 11,500, which totals to 94,336. If you could have paid in cash for this phone, it could have cost you 31,500 shillings. This means that if you buy this phone on credit, you're going to spend 94,000. It's like you're buying one phone in the value of 3 phones. So you see, when you are buying things on credit, you are spending your future money. So you have spent almost 64,000 extra on a phone that you could have just saved up for and bought in cash. So to avoid spending future money, normalize buying things in cash. You can always save up for that, or you can use your emergency fund to buy things without taking them on credit. Another way of preventing you from spending your future money is by practicing delayed gratification. You need to fight that urge of, you see a new phone has been released, you want to buy it now. So avoid that and plan yourself. If you want a new phone, start January, start saving up a little by a little. By the time December comes, you'll have enough money to buy a phone. And it's also not advisable to keep on buying a new model of a phone every time they release. If yours is working perfect, keep it. If you have stayed with the phone like more than 3 years, 4 years, then yes, you can upgrade. So plan for it, because every year there will be always new phones in the market, and don't fall for that pressure. If you have watched this video up to this far, it means that you love my content. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button like this video and leave a comment down below. The fourth thing that you need to do is start paying your debts, and you can use a snowball method or avalanche method. A snowball method is where you start with the small loans. Once you complete paying them, it gives you the satisfaction that you can be able to pay for even bigger loans. And the avalanche method is where you write down your loans, starting with the one with the highest interest to the one with the lowest interest. So you start with the one with the highest interest as you go down to the one with the low interest. The fifth thing that you need to do is, after you pay off your debts or loans, you need now to save up to increase your emergency funds. You can have emergency fund that can cover your expenses from 5 to 6 months, or even 6 months to 12 months. And for you to know how much you need to save in your emergency fund, you need to track your expenses, which I mentioned in the first point, that tracking your expenses will help you have a clear picture of how much you spend on expenses against your income. Then that amount you can multiply it by 6 so that you can know how much you need to save for a 6 months emergency fund. The sixth thing that you need to do is have a side hustle. A side hustle will help you increase income and help you save more and invest in stocks, shares, and have a good emergency fund. And also you'll have peace of mind. In the event you lose your job, you will not fall back to zero like what happened to the majority of us during the COVID, where everyone was in a lockdown and majority of us lost job, and we had to think about side hustles. And the best side hustle to start is a side hustle that can be supported by the internet. And the last thing that you need to do, and it is not the least, is to invest in shares and stocks. So the best way to start on this is look for a broker in your country, the one that is best. You can research and read reviews and start by investing with them. And with that, you'll be able to gain income, passive income through dividends and capital gains. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.